Triple B's, man. People scared to change. We not. So, what you rockin' ZO2s?
Hello and welcome to the GTLA Lakers 818 podcast. It's Friday, February 23rd. We just watched the Lakers pulverize the Dallas Mavericks at home.
Finally, man, about time.
What up, bro? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How you?
Good.
It's been a while, dude.
Yeah. And now it's midnight. We are in Studio City, North Hollywood, California.
818.
Finally just won a game. We were on a 3-game losing streak, you know? It was really interesting, this change after this trade.
Yeah, we were playing well before that.
Yeah. No, actually, last time we talked on our last podcast, we had won 4 in a row and won 8 of our last 10 games. And then we made the trade for Isaiah Thomas, and we went on a 3-game losing streak.
Ouch.
Before finally snapping with the win tonight.
That hurts.
Yeah, and one theme for today is going to be defense and Isaiah Thomas's role in what's going on with that. Because in those 3 losses that we had in a row before tonight, we were giving up on average 130 points per game.
On average?
On average, through 3 games.
Oh, my God. I know we gave up 130 to the Mavs, but I didn't know that was on average. That's bad.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's Isaiah Thomas's height or not, but all of a sudden we can't play defense tonight. We beat the Mavericks by like 20. Dallas scored like 101, I think.
We look like a different team tonight.
Yeah, what'd you think about the game that we just watched?
I mean, hey, Lakers look good. I mean, defensively, they're rotating. Defensively, seemed like they're all over the place, but I don't know. It looked like the Mavericks were playing kind of out of whack after what Mark Cuban said about the team, that they're trying to tank on purpose. Like, I felt like it just sucked the life out of the Mavericks. It looked like they weren't trying to me.
Yeah, and that's pretty crazy. Like, that was pretty wild what Mark Cuban said.
Yeah, he got fined like $600K. Dude,
yeah,
that's nuts.
Remember, like 10 years ago, he used to get fined $500,000 like every other week.
Did he really? Was it $500,000?
Because he was way more wild.
He was getting fined a lot.
Yeah, he was like that dude, but you don't hear about it anymore. But
yeah,
no, this is crazy. He went on the Dr. J podcast. Dr. J has a podcast.
Okay.
Just like us.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he's just like, oh, Adam Silver would kill me if I said this, but yeah, I had dinner and I told the players like it'd be best if we lose, you know, something along those lines.
Really?
And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why?
Yeah,
even if
you keep it within yourself, you know what I mean? Like, you don't just tell it to the players. Keep it maybe within the coaching staff and stuff, but you don't want your players like having that our owner wants us to lose. Like, come on.
Yeah.
If I was a Mavericks fan, I would be pretty pissed off. But I mean, it's kind of good for them. They kind of got to lose. Like, you know, we said as Laker fans, like, we got to lose to get a good pick, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just weird to say that yourself out loud publicly when there's a microphone in your face and you're being recorded. Like,
right.
I mean, look what the Sixers got Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons out of. They're tanking, and like, it was obvious what they were doing. It's just, you just don't say it. And, you know, you could tell tonight, like I told you from the start, the Lakers went up 20-5 in the first 6 minutes of the game.
It was over.
And the game was over. The game was over in the first 6 minutes. Like we said, I was like, this game's Lakers going to win by at least 20-30.
Any run the Mavs had, the Lakers, they were still down by like double digits. Like, I think they cut it to 8 maybe one time in the third, but it just never felt like it was going to be a game. Like, we always counteracted their run with like a run of our own. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, did the Mavericks ever cut to single digits? Was there a time?
I think one time it got to like 8, and then we went on a 7-0 run after that.
Yeah, and we won by 20. So the big news from the game today is the return of a one Lonzo Ball.
Stay in your lane.
Let's go, ZO2.
How did you? What did you think of Lonzo? How did he look tonight to you?
Oh, he looked good. I mean, dude, he came out. This is the most aggressive I've seen him the whole year. Like, it was for the first time. Like, he actually looked for a shot more than looking to pass. And I was happy. And he hit like 3 threes, I think, in the first half or something like that. 2 or 3 threes. And dude, that last one, you know what happened, dude? Hey guys, check out the page. Dude, you gotta tell him, dude. Tell him what happened right there.
Yeah. So in like the second quarter, Lonzo hit his 3rd three, just swish ball, and
money.
The Mavericks call a timeout. Lonzo's walking to the bench, and he just barks right in Luke Walton's face. You can read his lips. He goes like, "Hey, and then you can't see what he says the rest of it, but it's like he gives him this look like
he stares him down.
Yeah, he stared him down hard, and it's
like Lonzo was pissed, and he was looking like he was trying to make a statement out there, like look, I'm for real. Like I think you were telling me about it earlier, like probably because he didn't start. Like you think he was probably pissed about that?
I mean, I thought that was kind of weird they didn't start. I could definitely see that being the reason he might have done that. I don't know. Yeah. It just seemed it was really aggressive. Like it was so blatant. Like
it was.
Check the page at GTLA Lakers 818.
Super funny. You guys gotta check it. It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing that happened so fast. Like I'm telling you, like I don't think anyone saw that. Like,
hey, the funniest thing though, I swear, towards the end of the video, when you see it on the page, like you see Josh Hart's face. He's like right next to Lonzo, and after Lonzo's done barking at Luke Walton, Josh Hart's face was like, what? Oh my God. He has like this giggle, like this funny smile looking giggle, like at Lonzo. So surprised, like, oh my God, I can't believe you actually said that. It's like that face, you know, when like your friend when you're in school and they talk back to the teacher and like the whole class like gets like, ooh, and they start giggling and stuff, like they start, laughing. That's exactly what it looked like. I don't know. To me, that's what I saw from Josh Hart's face.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. It looked exactly like that. And I'm starting to wonder, do you think this could be a sign of something? I don't know, just that was a really...
Hey, LeVar somewhere in the back, he's probably laughing. This is probably his mastermind plan.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that somehow might have been a signal of something to come, like that potentially Luke Walton won't be...
It's possible. Hey,
won't be the coach soon. Like that's, I don't know.
It's possible. Hey, if Lakers, let me tell you, I think he's gonna finish out this year.
Oh, what are you talking about, man?
And he's gonna obviously be there next year. But if Lakers aren't winning games this year, next year, if they just look bad and they have like this constant, we have like stretches of like games where we don't play any defense, and if he can't keep that under control, if we're not winning, like he's gonna be gone. Like that's how. I mean, that's how the NBA works. Like, the coach is there to make the team win. And if the winning isn't there, even if they have the players, like, he's going to be gone. I mean, it's still, like, we've had a losing record right now. Like, it's not... Yeah, we've been playing well as of late, but, I mean, nobody's safe. That's why I say, like, no one's safe, including Luke Walton, so...
Yeah, I heard something interesting that... It's just kind of random, but a little... and connected to what you just said, that the Lakers sent out like, I guess, the season ticket invitations for next season, and like the picture on it is Lonzo, Kuzma, and Ingram, which it's kind of cool.
Hey man, they're the future.
Yeah,
like I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be.
Yeah, so Lonzo had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists in only 17 minutes. So he was definitely on triple-double watch.
That's
like
efficient.
If you double that to, if he had played 34 minutes, which is probably what he around averages, he would have had 18, 14, and 12.
Nice.
3 out of 6 from threes, and yeah, he didn't play much. Like, it didn't in the first half. He only played like 6 minutes or something.
Yeah,
like, not
really small amount. Like, but he looked good. He didn't look lethargic. He didn't look tired. Seemed like he had energy. His knee didn't look like it was bothering him at all. I mean, he was shooting with confidence too, so it looked like he hasn't lost a step, after injuring his knee. So
yeah, and we're gonna get right back onto Lonzo in a second. I'm just gonna quickly just go through these numbers for the game today. Julius Randle had 18, 13, and 10 triple-double. He had a lot of good dimes, and he was playing really well.
What?
Isaiah Thomas had 17 points. Pope and Ingram had 15. Ingram 9 rebounds. Josh Hart double-double, 12 and 10. Josh Hart looked really good tonight. Josh Hart was doing a lot of good things tonight.
Again, and seems like for like the last like couple weeks. I mean, for like the longest time. Like, he just seems like, I mean, whatever we missed from Larry, like, he's just totally making up for it. He had a great game again. Like, he's just so fundamentally sound. Like, his margin of error on the court is like almost 0.1%. Like, it feels like he doesn't make any mistakes. Like,
yeah, no, he's super nice. And then Kuzma had 12 points. Zubac, another good game, 14 and 6. Well, we'll talk about him in a little bit. But no, we got to get back to the one Lonzo Ball. And I've said before on the podcast, we definitely are not trying to always talk about LeVar. I feel like we've done a good job of not talking about him too much. I mean, he's relevant in some ways, but some people just blow him up. Like, I don't feel like we're talking about the Lakers here, man? But huge news on the LeVar Ball front.
Off the weed.
Yeah. No, crazy quotes. I got the quote right here. LeVar.
What's it say?
So this is regarding LeVar coming out and saying, basically, almost threatening the Lakers that, hey, if you don't sign my other two boys, then Lonzo's not going to be on the Lakers soon. And it's just pretty crazy. But yeah, here's a quote from LeVar. I want all my three boys to play for the Lakers. But if that does not happen, I'm telling you the story, what's going to happen first. If they don't take Jello this year, I bring Jello back here to Lithuania to play with Melo for 2 years. Lonzo will be on his third year, and I want to let every NBA team know that Lonzo is not going to re-sign with the Lakers, but will go to any team that will take all of my three boys. That's my plan. What is your reaction to that?
Not quite sure how to answer that.
I mean, me, I'm number one diehard bleed purple and gold Laker fan. Like, all day. I mean, with or without Kobe, like, I'm Lakers. That's just me, and I'm sure a lot of fans listening to this are. So, I mean, that kind of alarms me, man. That really scares me. It really does, just because now it's just I'm so confused. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Lonzo, and I like LeVar too. I mean, I think he's really cool, but he's kind of being like a hypocrite. He's going against, like, what he said earlier in the season, where like, hey, we want to be in LA, we want to play in front of our family. We want our dream is to play with the Lakers. Magic is great. This is words from LeVar. Like, he loves Magic Johnson. They've watched the Lakers. They want to be in LA, and now they're here. And now you're kind of like crying like a baby, saying, this is what I want, and this is how it's gonna be. Like, where's the loyalty in that? Like, the Lakers drafted you. Like, it's kind of like the plan that you wanted, but you can't just start throwing out threats against, the hand that feeds you, basically. I mean, and so Lakers are paying Lonzo at the end of the day right now. Like, Big Baller brand is blown up. Half of the reason, I think, is because of the Lakers. Like, the Lakers are a huge organization, and I don't know, hey, LeVar can do what he wants, but the way I see it, I think LeVar will snap to his senses and, like, stop saying these absurd things. Is he's going to notice. I mean, as a business person, when you talk smack about, a fan base that's buying your product, Big Baller brand, like, as a Laker fan, like, it's kind of like, I feel hesitant to buy it now. Like, if I was going to buy a Big Baller brand anything, like, I'd feel hesitant to buy it now, because now you're going against a team that I love. And you're, like, threatening our future of our organization. Like, I think when he sees that Big Baller brand sales go down, and then his numbers are going down, and his product isn't flying like how it was before, I think that hopefully that'll snap him into his senses. But yeah, it just kind of scares me. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I have so many mixed feelings about this. On the one hand, if I'm just thinking purely as like an entrepreneur and just taking sports out of my life.
Oh yeah, it's genius.
Then, yeah, it's like he's still like fighting the institution and honestly, I feel like the chances of him ending up having this happening are really high. So like,
hey, it's fine. Hey, to be honest with you, I like Melo. Dude, Melo looks like he's gonna be really nice.
He does look nice.
I mean, he's 16 right now, and like the way he plays, like he does like Steph Curry-esque type of shots. Like, I'm just saying, if he gets the real training and the practice, like for another 2-3 years, like I think he can be really good. I'm just worried about Jello. Like, what if he sucks? Like, you're gonna force us to sign a guy who can't play?
Well, that's the thing. Like, he has to be NBA caliber. I mean, and I said this before on another podcast. To me, he should just every single day shoot 1,000 set shots. If he can just shoot, like all he has to do is be able to like shoot. Just be like a Doug McDermott, Kyle Korver. I mean, I know those are like really good shooters. I'm not saying he's, but I'm just saying that kind of style. Like don't do anything else. But if you can shoot, there's always a place for
players
shooters.
can make a living for if you can knock down threes.
And I think that should be his goal. Like I'm just because the little bit I've seen in his game, it looks like he either does shoot threes, like he does shoot a lot of threes,
right?
Or he like kind of tries to act like a big guy and post up. But to me, he doesn't look that tall. Like I think he's like no taller than 6'5" or something, and he's not even gonna post anyone up in the NBA. Like his post up game just needs to disappear. Like don't practice that.
Right.
Just literally.
I mean, he doesn't look that fast for his size. Yeah, like you gotta have some quickness. Yeah. I mean, I don't see the quickness. I mean, maybe he can shoot, but I think from what I saw in Chino, and he didn't play much at UCLA, but he looks like a volume shooter. Like he just shoots. But yeah, he's got to work on that percentage, and he's got to look like really good to be like, on a professional team.
Yeah.
Which is again, I worry about that. So.
Well, let me ask you this: what do you think? Let's say hypothetically, like we just know it's clear that LaMelo and Lonzo are like all-star players. Like let's just say hypothetically, like they're really good players.
It's like being really optimistic.
Then is it kind of like? Would you then does it kind of soften the deal? Like kind of like it's not enough if just Lonzo's an all-star and like and then the other two aren't, right? Like, but if LaMelo is, I'm saying like not just that he's good enough to be in the NBA, but like that he's gonna be like really good.
Okay.
Then is it kind of then?
You gotta let it slide, like a let it slide type of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
you got 2 legit all stars, but you gotta sign this.
Yeah,
you got
two take one, like as opposed to one take. Two. I don't know.
If anyone can leverage that out, it's gonna be LeVar Ball. If anyone can use that leverage power, but hey, Lonzo and Melo got to live up to it. Like, I think your theory is just like on point. Actually, like, if it's gonna happen, I think it's gonna be like that. Really.
Yeah. So I mean, that's that side of me that But then, as a Laker fan, this rubs me the wrong way, because. Yeah, I mean, you basically said it you nailed it on the head. Like it's like when we brought Lonzo in, when we brought him from the introductory press conference, it's like we said, we expect your jersey in the rafters. Like you're a point guard of the future. Like if I made a plan, like how settling and comforting that is for a team to be like, all right, we have this position locked down for the next 10, 15 years. Like we're gonna go with this guy, and then for you to come be like cast doubt on that on your end,
right?
Like. Now you're almost like the enemy. It's like you're now messing with our plans. Like I have to think of something I wasn't thinking about anymore.
Right.
And like and it's like that, because I'm trying to think of like as if I'm Magic now, but and yeah, it's like know. Now it's like okay, now I don't know.
Has Magic said anything about this?
I think I think that I haven't found any quote.
I haven't found any quote on him, but
there's.
I mean. The way I see it also is look at Lonzo. I understand. I mean, big baller brand. It's the family business. Like you can't go against it at all. But at the same time, I think Lonzo, he has a lot of maturing to do. He's got 3 years, I think, to grow up and literally turn into a man and be able to make a decision for himself.
Yeah.
Because. I just don't see. I don't see players like. It's kind of hard to. I mean, who am I to say, really? But it's kind of hard to like play with that when you're just, be on that team where like this guy can't make a decision. His daddy's literally calling all the shots, making all the decisions for him. I mean, you think Lonzo's gonna grow up eventually, just out of himself and just be like, look, like I got to do this. This is what's right for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If your dad tells you to go jump off a cliff, like, are you gonna do it? Like, I mean, that's kind of extreme, but that's the way I see it. He's got to become a man. He's got to grow up. Like,
well, let's look at Lonzo's quote in response to this. This is his response. No reaction. Like I said, I always just play. He always talks. It's always been the same way. How does that make you feel, like this quote?
Okay, I mean, but that's not attacking what the situation is. Like,
right?
It's just saying, like, okay, yeah, I play. Like, he's gonna play. Like, I'm just saying, regardless of whatever team Lonzo's on, he's gonna play. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if he's gonna play his game. But he's got to be able to make that decision. Like, I mean, maybe he's like riding with them. Maybe he's like, all right, cool. Like, my dad says to leave the Lakers. Like, I'm gonna leave Lakers. If the Bulls are ready to sign me, Melo, and Jello, and we're going to Chicago. We're packing up Big Baller Brand in Chicago.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, yeah, this quote really disappointed me. I really don't like this quote because to me, this translates to my dad's controlling this situation, and I'm okay with it. And it's Big Baller Brand, Lakers or not. Like, that's how that translates to me. Like,
it should, yeah, no, you're right. No, seriously. You hit it on the head right there. Like,
yeah.
I mean, but why would you not want to be with Lakers? Like, why would you? This is the biggest organization. This is the biggest fan base. This is the biggest, like, this is purple and gold. Like, this is where you guys are from. Like, why would he threaten, like, if I was LeVar Ball, like, I don't know if LeVar Ball is a Laker fan. I know he's a Magic Johnson fan. You know, if I grew up to be like, I'm a Kobe fan. That a lot of people are Kobe fans. Are Laker fans too. You know, I'm sure he's a Laker fan somewhere. I mean, his son is playing for the team. Like, why are you going to just throw out your loyalty out the window right there? Like, I don't understand that.
I mean, it's clear that it's a power play. Like, it's a power move from a business, completely 100% business perspective. Like, there's no emotion or fan
wouldn't
loyalty.
you think?
It's just purely.
Wouldn't you think for your business to be better if your son was on the Lakers rather than any other team or organization?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. His power play is to get them all three on the Lakers. That's what he's trying to do here. Like, right? Like, that's.
I know, but you're gonna. It's kind of like you're extorting the team for like your own gain.
Exactly. I mean, that's what businesses do. That's where you're trying to make the most money.
You gotta gel it together. Like the Lakers are the Lakers. You can't take the glory from the Lakers. Like, you can't. Like, yeah, you want. I mean, you have to let the Lakers win in their own way. You know, you can't demand, I want my son to have, I mean, next thing you know, he's going to be like, Lonzo isn't signing until if he doesn't get a max deal. And what if we can't give him a max deal? Like, that's what I see happening at this rate. Like, he's going to start, his demands are going to just get totally crazy outrageous. And it's just going to be like, if Lakers can't do it, then the team is like screwed, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, it's interesting the money part you just said about a max contract or something. This is another part of the quote, and this actually kind of goes counter to what you just said about that.
Really?
Because, but not about Lonzo, but the others. And I think this is actually kind of the loophole that's gonna get the Lakers to do this. This is what LeVar said as part of that quote. You don't have to give Jello $15 million. Just give my $1 million for 3 years. Like the quote,
is that the bare minimum?
The quote is kind of weird, but basically it sounds like what he's saying. Look, he says you don't have to give Jello $15 million. Give my $1 million for 3 years. We'll take it because they make so much money off the court. They lose spare change. So basically, this is genius LeVar, honestly, because. It's kind of, that's great if you can find an asset, like let's say you can get LaMelo and LiAngelo for only $1 million a year, like each or something or whatever. Even if the quote says $3 million.
LaMelo looks like he's gonna be able to play.
Like, sure. So in a sense, isn't this kind of genius? Because he's like,
that is.
You can have LaMelo, just give him the bare minimum.
I didn't know he said that. He said that, right?
This is part of the quote. So that kind of is another. That's a wrinkle that kind of.
Hey, Magic's smart.
Because
Magic's smart. He knows what he's doing.
Imagine you have whatever.
You get two legit all-stars.
Yeah, I mean, one
you just let it slide, but you're getting it for dirt cheap.
And he says again because they make so much money off the court. Like, this is what he's saying. He's making so much money. Like, and he knows how much money more they're gonna make if they're on the team.
On the Lakers,
right? Like,
oh man,
all three, like, it's gonna blow up.
If all three on the Lakers, like, actually, I just had like an aha moment right now. Like, I think you made me like have this aha moment. Like, if all three are on the Lakers, like, think about the publicity and the marketing Big Baller Brand would get. Like, his product is gonna sell like it doesn't matter. You sell Places shirts for $60. People are gonna buy it. If Lakers are winning and all three of his kids are on the team, like, it's, hey, Big Baller Brand made it for sure.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's done. It's a done deal.
That's why he's doing the power play and doing all this. Like, that's obviously
don't make it look bad. Like, plan it.
He's doing this. It's sloppy.
You got to plan it. Like, be smart about it and just don't make Laker fans go against you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you gotta like. I know. It's that's not him though. Like that's not his character. Like he's got a really powerful like character, and I think that's I don't know. Maybe him and Magic Johnson are playing a game behind behind the doors.
We talked about that off wax. Like
I'm sure
because the thing is this to me. If I was Magic Johnson, there's no way that before the draft I didn't sit down with LeVar and have the realest conversation about all of this. Your plan, your brand, like what are you thinking? Like if you come to Lakers, what are we gonna do? Like Magic Johnson's a smart man. I cannot imagine him not asking those questions. Okay, we know you want to get all your boys to the NBA.
And he went to his house.
Trying to get to you twice, right? Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And he's like, so I feel like that's the one reason why I feel like maybe there is something going on behind the scenes, like kind of
possibly.
Just because I can't. If you did your fiduciary duty, you would ask LeVar all of these questions, figure out what he's thinking, because you're clearly dealing with a madman almost in a way,
right?
And you
know what's funny is like you haven't heard any I haven't heard any quote from Magic on this situation. Maybe I'm sure like he's not. I think he's got it under control, to be honest with you. Like he's not panicking, which is a great sign. Like he's not. There's no retaliation. You know what I mean? So he's just letting it happen. I think Magic, whether it is planned or whether it's not, I think Magic knows what he's doing.
One thing I'll say that's good, and this will we'll end with this unless you have something else you want to offer. It's one thing that's good that's happening is that LeVar is clearly kind of losing his power in the public, though. Like because before this he hadn't talked for like a while, right?
Yeah, and like he's in Lithuania.
When you lose that momentum, the fodder it starts to dying down. You can tell even with this quote, it didn't blow up that much.
It didn't, no.
And like I feel like over time he's just gonna keep kind of
Lonzo wasn't playing. And he was out and overseas and stuff. So
that's true. Yeah, that's true. But I just have a feeling LeVar's kind of. This is what I think. I think LeVar, as long as there's no microphone in front of his face, everything's gonna be okay. But once you get one of these ESPN reporters, to ask him questions, he's gonna be as honest and real about his answer as possible. It's not gonna sugarcoat anything. So somehow we just need to keep reporters away from LeVar Ball. Like
the wrong reporters.
Really, because it's just when reporters ask him questions, it's not like it's not like he goes on his Instagram and makes videos and stuff. Like he could do that.
All we know, Mark Cuban might be paying some reporter to like, hey, we want you to ask LeVar these questions. He'll probably go say it, dude. Mark Cuban said it himself. I love Magic and Pelinka as people, but I hope they fail miserably. And like Mark Cuban, dude, he just got fined $600K. Like he wants to lose. Like he'll do anything to claw his way to the top. Like so. Yeah, you're right. Like we gotta make sure these reporters get out of his face.
I'm just saying it's a good thing that, and I feel like it's gonna continue to happen, that his voice in the media, because even ESPN's getting tired of him. I'm saying reporters.
It's old news now.
Because he's only gonna blow up if these, ESPN blows him up. It's not like And I feel like he's just losing that kind of momentum. I'm not Big Baller Brand. I'm sure is on the rise. I'm not saying Big Baller Brand's going down. I'm just
dropped an album.
Yeah. Have you listened to it?
I heard a couple of the songs. Dude, that ZL2 is fire though.
Hey, that's
really fire. I finally heard the whole track.
Yeah,
and it's nice.
That's the song we played on the intro just now for this podcast. It's ZL2. It's a sick song. I like the song "Get Off" too, but I haven't heard all of it yet. But I'm gonna
the one song in the Mellow One music video when he drops his shoe. Lonzo's rapping in the back. That's pretty tight. I mean, I didn't hear the whole thing, but his verse sounded pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not like I think he should stick to basketball, but he sounds like he can flow better than other people I've heard. So,
what did you think when we saw that video of him? I guess he did like a concert somewhere. Like he's on like this, looked like a modeling.
He ain't
stage.
Injured, dude. He's fine.
He was jumping on his knees and stuff.
He's been fine.
Yeah, he's been. Dude, we said like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, like. He came out with a video of him dancing in the locker room or something.
Right.
Like, dude,
he's good.
He's bending his knees every which way in these videos. Like, come on, man. Like, just
he's good, bro.
Like, come on. He's been fine. Like, we've been saying.
He came today. Like, he looked like nothing was wrong with his knee. Like, there didn't look any discomfort. He didn't even have it sleeved up. Or I think he had it sleeved up, but it didn't look like he had some padding or like something on it or like.
Oh yeah.
Anything extra? Like
no. If you are on stage rapping and you hop on your legs, like you hop, and
you jump
like a whip nay thing or something. Like, come on,
bro, you fine. You fine, dog. Stop lying.
Okay,
That's terrible.
I kind of just want to quickly. There's just some more from this LeVar quote I want to pull out. It's kind of some funny quotes. Let's see, what else did he say? He says Lonzo plays best when he is with his brother. And then he said later, so now you win championship after championship on fact that my boys will never leave. That's what I mean. Championship. And then he has the gall to say, but what's better than 3 ball boys together? The big 3, the original big 3.
That's crazy. Wow.
The original big 3. He says that his kids are the original big 3.
In his mind, I'm sure.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Oh man, the original big 3. The original big 3 from like,
they played 1 year together in high school. Like Lonzo was a senior, LaMelo was a freshman. They played 1 year.
Pee-wee basketball.
Hey, they did go 35-0 and win this state championship. But I don't know. I don't see how you can call him the original.
There's some dreaming in there. Like, I mean, hey, but if he's talking this confident about winning championship after championship, I mean, just throwing the word championship out there like it's nothing.
Stay in
like,
your lane.
I mean, he must be pretty confident in Melo's ability, I think. I mean, it looks.
I might be too, honestly. If I was.
I mean, Melo looks because I've seen it. Like we've seen it. We've seen. You know, you can tell who can play and who cannot. You know, at 16, the way this guy scores, it's unreal. It really is unreal, and it's kind of scary to imagine if he keeps it up at this rate, like how he's gonna look when he's like 21, 22, 23, even like 26, 27 in his prime. Like, I mean, I just feel like we think Steph Curry's shot looks impossible. I mean, I feel like he's just gonna be like, he's gonna put Steph Curry to shame. Like, I don't know. I just have this weird feeling.
Low though, like, I mean, his shot. You know how they say everyone's like, "Oh, Lonzo's gonna get a shot block." I never thought Lonzo would get a shot block, but for some reason, LaMelo's shot looks super blockable to me. Like,
dude, but have you seen like the way he like runs off the dribble? Like, you would not think like he's gonna shoot the ball.
Those shots you can't guard.
Like the shots that you just weird shots like off of 1 foot, like running the wrong way, looking the other way, and just like it splashes in. Like, it's weird. Like, it's really unorthodox. It just seems really like, wait, what? He really just shot that? Like, anyone shooting it is going to be like, that's a bad shot. But then he makes it. Like, he gets points. You know what I mean?
In one of those games, I saw the highlights. Like, he and when I say swish, I mean no rim on 5 3-pointers that game. Like, they just look so nice. Like, just 5 threes just splash.
Pure splash.
Hey, you know what I wonder? This is what I really want to know, is how much do you think they're practicing, or like LeVar makes them practice? Because I mean, for you to be really good at something, obviously you got to practice a lot. Like, do you think they practice a ton? Like, I feel like they would. He's like, hey, this big ball run is riding on you guys. It's kind of like Michael Jackson. You know, like Michael Jackson, his dad, like, dude, Michael Jackson's like, whatever. He had like the craziest life. Like, his dad
of course,
beat him and forced him 15 hours a day to, perform. Mm-hmm. I wonder if I just wonder how much they practice. Like, I'm sure it's a lot. I would think.
They got their new house built, and I know they got like this really nice gym in there. I mean, at least to work out and stuff.
Well, they haven't been home in months though.
Yeah, I mean, now they're in Lithuania. Like, I mean, I'm sure they're on the court like all day. I mean, what is there to do in Lithuania? Like, really? I mean, you could party with some, white girls or something like that. But, but I mean, it's a Lithuania, bro. Like, what's out there? Like, isn't it cold out there? It's like snowing or something. Like, come on, you can't do anything. You're gonna be on the court. I mean, you're living on the court. Really?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I have one little just final tidbit on Lonzo I want to say. This might blow your mind. And this is super random. It's nothing to do with LeVar Ball. So far this season, Lonzo has missed 21 games, right?
21.
Okay.
21.
Yeah. Listen to this. In John Stockton's 19-year career, he missed 22 games.
Wow. Really?
So Lonzo already in just his rookie season he's missed 21 games. John Stockton played 20 years and missed 22 games. How crazy is that?
That's crazy. Hey, the NBA's just changed, dude.
And Stockton is
like freaking Iron Man.
18 out of those 22 games were in one season for like an MCL injury. So they weren't even like, he was playing everything just consecutively. Like, that's
crazy. Imagine like, this guy's a real warrior, man. You probably fighting through like how many little minor injuries. Like, now you get a minor injury this day, today, like, oh, you got to sit out a week, 2 weeks, and we'll revisit it after a week or two. Like, come on, man. Like, these guys are really playing with pain.
Yeah.
No one should be complaining about that now. Like,
yeah. All right, let's move on to the games since last time. We're gonna probably, well, actually, there's a good amount to talk about, but these are 3 losses, bad losses. So the first one was against Dallas. This was Isaiah Thomas's first game with the Lakers. Isaiah Thomas did not start. Actually, Isaiah Thomas has not started at all in any of the 4 games. And I can't see a reason to start him from what we've seen either.
Right.
At this point.
Right. I mean, he's got to make up that spot for. I mean, he got traded for Clarkson and Larry Nance, who are coming off the bench. Like, you got to give us that scoring punch off the bench, and I'm sure Luke has talked to him about that. So
yeah. So Ingram started at point guard with Josh Hart at the 3. Hey, what do you think of Ingram playing point guard?
B.I.
He played point. He started point guard tonight too.
Yeah, hey, he looked good. I mean, yeah, he looked all right. He hit a couple shots, and I don't know. The Mavericks just looked really bad. Like, I can't say Ingram really. It felt like he wasn't even really trying half the time, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So in the Dallas game, not the one tonight, but the one like last week.
Oh, last week's game. Yeah, he looked good that game. Hey, Lakers were scoring. Don't get me wrong. Lakers are getting buckets. But, dude, like, the thing that stood out to me the most is obviously the defense. You give up 100. They gave up 130 points.
Yeah.
Dude, that's terrible. Like, to the Mavericks, who suck. Like, they have like 40 losses or something like that. Like, what?
They're in
what is
last
it?
place.
They're in last place. Like, and you give up 130. Dude, Dirk Nowitzki, the guy who cannot run, he can't even jog. It looks like he's like his legs are about to break, and the next step he takes. This guy had a season high 22 on us.
22 in 24 minutes.
Oh my god, ouch! That hurts. That's like, okay, who's guarding him? Brooke Lopez? Like, come on, like Randall, Ingram, like these guys got to shut him down. Like, I'm sure he was just catching. He made like a bunch of threes, like catch and shoot. But dude, come on, man. He makes 1 or 2, like that's it. You just gotta lock him up. Like, I think that's what killed us, really. I mean, B.I., yeah, you can play the point guard. Yeah, the team scores 123 points or whatever it is. But hey, you guys can't play defense. It's all the wash.
Yeah, I mean, losing to a team, like, as we said, that's trying to lose games, that's tanking, is just awful. And Dallas shot 53% from the field this game. And I don't know, do you think it's the IT factor? Like, Isaiah was all right offensively this game. He had 22 points and 6 assists in 31 minutes. But he had 6 turnovers and a really costly one at the end of the game. So this is how it ended. We were actually up 118-117 with a little over 3 minutes left in the game.
Right.
With like a minute and 10 left, Isaiah Thomas ISO turnover. And then like the next possession, Randall got an offensive foul. And then we lost the game basically with those turnovers. Right. We lost 130-123. Yeah, like, I mean, Isaiah Thomas, just defense.
Yeah, we were struggling to find a bucket. I remember that.
Like I said, like, every single game since Isaiah Thomas has been here, it's been the team scored tonight 101, 119, 130, 139.
Ouch.
Do you think it's like, what have you seen from IT just overall? Like, give us your first impression.
Hey, look at, like, I mean, I don't think he'll ever be back. I mean, be the way he was in like Boston. But yeah, I mean, like, dude, teams are gonna exploit him on defense, like for his defense. Like, they switch on him, they want to get him in the post, and like he's too short to contest. Like, he's got no length, obviously. I mean, and defense is what wins. Like, we're trying to preach defense. Like, according to the Laker players, that's what Luke Walton is saying. We're preaching defense, and you just can't get the max defense out of a team with him on the court. Yeah, he can score. I think the game against Minnesota, he had like a nice connection with Zubac, and even today he was getting points and stuff. But I just don't see him in a winning recipe. Like, he's making plays. Like, he can. He's knocked down a couple threes. He gets in the paint. He finds guys for easy buckets. But I mean, it's hurting him more on the defensive end, I think.
Yeah. All right, let's just do a little last tidbits from this game. Randall had 26 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 turnovers. But, good game overall. Ingram, 22 points, 1 rebound. Kuzma, 12 points, 15 rebounds. I don't know how Ingram gets 1 rebound, but
yeah, okay. I know, seriously.
He was, I'm just stud or dud. I'm telling you, Ingram is Mr. Stud or dud. Like, he's either awake or he's asleep in the game. Like,
stay off the weed.
One thing I gotta say about Ingram in this game that I did like though a lot, other than playing point guard and being solid, was he actually did a really good job guarding Dennis Smith. Like, he started the game guarding him and was doing a really good job, and then guarded him again in the fourth quarter. And I thought he did. Like, that's so cool that he can do that. Like, that's awesome.
No, he's quick on his feet, and his length was bothering him.
Yeah.
You tell, like, Dennis Smith, he shot a couple bad shots, and I think he got, like, 1 or 2 blocks, too. But, yeah, dude, Ingram is going to be... He's just got to snap out and be consistent, but he's going to be a beast.
His ceiling is really high. Like, and the last thing, dude, Kuzma was getting Kuz chance in Dallas. That's one thing I noted. Like,
that's nuts.
Yeah.
Either the Dallas fans love him, or there's a lot of Laker fans out there, which I think there's a lot of Laker fans out there for sure.
All right, let's move on to the New Orleans game. This game was ugly. We went down 12-2 in the first 3 minutes of the game. Timeout. How many times have I said that this season?
Happens
we go down
all the time. First, like 3-4 minutes. Within the first 3 minutes, it's timeout the first quarter. Oh, timeout, guys. We couldn't come out of the locker room, with the series head on, but we can come out of this timeout coming out serious. So, and listen, I don't know. That's Fluke Walton's doing. So.
And listen to this: the Pelicans had a franchise record 46 points in the first quarter.
Bro, I didn't see that game. Are you serious?
Yes.
What?
Our defense.
46
They
points
scored
in the
139 points this game. They tied their franchise record.
This is a boogie-less Pelicans.
Boogie. Yeah, dude.
Oh my God. What is going on?
Anthony Davis slaughtered us. He had 42 points, 15 rebounds on 15 of 18 shooting.
He got excited, dude. He saw no Larry Nance, and he said he got a tinier guy, Isaiah Thomas. Oh, he was about to go off. He was probably looking at his chops. He knew it. He's got Brolo guarding him. Brick Lopez, I'm sorry. Nah, I'll love to you, bro, but come on, man.
Yeah, there's really not much to talk about. We lost by 22 points. The only highlights, Kuzma started the game 5 for 5 with 3 3-pointers. He had 19 points in his first 12 minutes of the game. He was hot.
Wow.
And this is again why I feel like you gotta start with some firepower. Like, how come? I'm frustrated with Kuzma. Like, not Kuzma. Kuzma's playing amazing. Even tonight, I feel like he didn't get a rhythm. He doesn't get a rhythm. Like, he doesn't play enough or something.
He doesn't get a rhythm.
What's going on? But
like, it felt like he gets no touches. I feel like I told you at one point today, like in the second half, I was like, I felt like Kuzma hasn't even shot the ball.
Yeah.
And he ended up with like 10 or 12 points or something. But
yeah. And this game, he had a team high 23 points and 5 rebounds. Ingram had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 turnovers. Randall, 20 points, 5 rebounds. Josh Hart, 15 points, 6 rebounds. So yeah, that game was just ugly. Again, the theme of our defense and Isaiah Thomas coming, all of a sudden our defense is just out of whack. And I don't think anyone's surprised by that. Next game was the Timberwolves. This was the Zubac game. Zubac out of nowhere. Zubac out of nowhere had
just a double-double,
19 and 11, and he was 8 for 8.
What?
Dude,
and then tonight,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
it was a breakout game, first real game with some real minutes, and this guy goes 8 for 8. He just looks solid. He looks sound. He was getting boards. I think he blocked a couple shots too, or he changed up some shots. That's for sure. I mean, he felt like he gave us more defense than what Brook Lopez gives us. Yeah, he can't shoot a 3, but he's solid. He's solid around the basket. Like, he's really solid. Like, IT, it seemed like he got a good connection with IT that game. Like, he fed him a bunch of times, and he was finishing. Like, he doesn't look nervous. His footwork, he looks a little slow, but his footwork looks good.
And then again tonight, he had another 2 good games in a row. He was 6 for 7 tonight, 14.6 rebounds in 18 minutes. Now I want to ask you this. Hypothetically, let's assume Zubac just continues playing like this for the rest of the season all of a sudden. Like, what does that say about the coaching job this season that all of a sudden this is happening right now? Like, how do you not...
Well, we're paying Brook Lopez $20 million, $24 million, so we have to start him.
We'll see, because we don't have to jump on this right now, but Because I thought Zubac wasn't good in summer league this year, but last season he was good.
Last season towards the end he picked up real nice.
Yeah, and because he started playing at the end, he played well.
And he hasn't played at all this season.
Yeah, he hasn't given a chance. Like he's just getting his first chance now. We're 2/3, 3/4 into the season.
I remember him saying like before the season started, like he didn't come into camp in shape. Like I remember them saying like he needed to work on that, but. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, he's proved it now. Like, you got to wait till he starts, like, scoring 30 points in the G League for him to, like, get minutes. Like, yeah, I mean, he's going to learn quicker with the moments he gets on the court.
Yeah, so, all right, back to this game. We were actually up by 11 in the second quarter on the Timberwolves. The only thing else I have in my notes for this game is, well, we ended up losing by 8, 119-111. And I noted that there was another, right on cue, 3 minutes left in the game, Randall offensive foul that really it was kind of a close game. And I really want to ask you about this. What's up with Randall and those offensive fouls? Like because we just talked about how in 2 out of these 3 games we're talking about he had a crucial offensive foul at the end of the game in crunch time.
Right.
He just runs over people.
He goes he goes out of control. Like Stu Lance says it, OC, out of control. Like he gets really excited. I don't know if he sees like a guy he feels like that can't guard him, which I feel like in his mind there's no one in the NBA that can guard him, but he just starts going at he starts just charging into the lane really hard, like that bully ball, which it works, majority of the time, but it's not going to work every time.
Yeah.
And he just goes in with his head down and teams read that, and it's easy to get a charge on him. The way he drives it, like you don't even gotta sell it. You can see how hard he goes.
Oh yeah, he just runs. He runs you over.
He goes right through you. Like sometimes the refs won't call it, but when you make it look obvious and you just get too excited, like it's gonna come back to bite you.
Yeah, he just loves the offensive foul. I don't know, and I just don't like to see it that it's always happening at the end of the game, or it's happening
at a crucial moment.
Yeah, dude, you can't just run into people. You have to do a move, go left, right.
I told you, I was surprised today. Like, I thought he was going to do the same exact thing. I thought he was going to run in, but he actually passes the ball to Isaiah Thomas for a 3. I was really expecting it to happen, because it happens at least once every game.
Yeah.
If not twice.
Yeah. So, yeah, in this game, Randall had a team-high 23 points, 9 rebounds. Ingram and Pope had 17 each. Kuzma, 8 points, but only 19 minutes. Like, just not enough minutes.
Yeah, you can't get a rhythm like that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Then after that was the All-Star break, and we had the rookie-sophomore game in which we had 3 players picked, but only 2 played, obviously. Lonzo, Kuzma, and Ingram. I really wish Lonzo was able to play in this game. He would have made this game so fun, like the way he plays. Like, in his McDonald's High School All-American game, like he tied the record for most assists in that game. He had like 13. Like if you watch the video on YouTube, it's so cool. He just
got another chance next year.
He just throws so many dimes, like just lobs. No,
when you can play with people who can play, it's gonna magnify your game and make you look even better. Like
it's just unfortunate that Ingram's done now. Ingram can't be in it again. It would be cool with those 3, but maybe next year, maybe Josh Hart makes it next year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like if it's possible.
He's picking up strong. He's got to make at least like second team all rookie if there is such a thing. Like
there is. So but this game was weird. Team USA lost by 31 points, which is the team Ingram and Kuzma were on. Lost by 31 to the world team.
To a bunch of Euro fools.
Bogdan Bogdanovic was the MVP.
Dude, this guy
was on fire.
Just shooting raining threes.
Yeah, him and who else was it? It was Buddy Hield. They were just on fire.
Buddy Hield looked good too. They had a couple nice dunks towards the end of the game. That was nice.
So Kuzma was the second leading scorer for Team USA with 20 points and 7 rebounds in 19 minutes.
Nice.
Ingram started. Kuzma came off the bench. Ingram started, had 8 points and 3 rebounds in 12 minutes. And I have to say something about Ingram. I've said this before, but he's got to bring some intensity. Like there was no intensity by him in this game. And I mean, these are kind of games. You honestly think about it. Like, how do you think Kobe would treat this game? And when he was in the rookie sophomore game, he had 31 points.
He's trying to be all-star. He starts to prove to everyone, like, hey, I'm the best over here. Like,
and you watch Ingram, and he's just not like doing. He just doesn't. He has this such like nonchalant attitude and mentality sometimes, and it really irks me because he's so good. Like, he has all the tools to be so good, and like
you see it from flashes, it's there.
But it's like, I remember one play. This is what bugged me. Like, someone threw him. I think Dennis Smith threw him a lob, and he did one of those things where like he didn't even like grab the rim and dunk it. He just kind of like
just
barely like dude, just slam it, please. Just
you gotta get on the highlight reel.
Hammered dunks, like he never. It's like he either doesn't dunk, or like it just has like such a. It's like my arms are so long, I don't even have to jump or try.
You gotta slam it hard. You gotta scare the other team.
Yeah,
like, no, I'm not saying that they're gonna get scared, but you gotta send a message. Like, I mean, the harder you dunk psychologically, it sends the other team's defense, like it hurts them. Like, really, like you got to be able to get on the highlight reel and just throw it down and just be like, look, I'm for real. Like, I'm gonna do this to you. Get out of my way. Like, and you see his flashes of aggressiveness, like, but he can't lock into it. Like, he can't keep it for a full like 48 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? I agree with you on that. Like, that intensity is just that. You see it in his body language. It's not always there.
Yeah, like I think the intensity is key. Like, you got to, like, I mean, you want to. They gave you Kobe's locker. Like, this is who you should be molding after. Like, treat like, like I just think just because compared to the All-Star game, like LeBron was balling out. Like, he was trying to send a message. Like, I'm the best player. Like.
What's crazy is that
he wasn't taking it lightly.
Oh, no, of course
Westbrook
not.
wasn't taking it lightly. The All-Star game,
they play to win. You gotta play to win. Like, it felt like he wasn't really trying to win.
Yeah, Kuzma was trying to win. Kuzma was shooting every time. He was just like Kuzma's the dog, dude. He's always
all the time. Even he comes in garbage time. Like, he's still trying to he's trying to put on a show, and he's trying to let everyone know like who he is. But I lost my train of thought. But Ingram. He's got to get into it. He's just got to get into it.
Yeah.
Hopefully next season he'll snap out of it. I don't know. We'll see.
Luckily he's only 20, so.
Hey, no, this is what I was gonna say. Like, his numbers are amazing. I think you posted on the page.
Yeah.
Like, his numbers for second-year players compared to, I don't know, I think it was Giannis and a couple other, Paul George,
Gordon Hayward.
Like, he's way better. His numbers look way better than. That's what I'm saying. If he can just lock into it, like, I think it could even be better than what it is now. Like, he was averaging like 16 points over the last 20 games or something like that, 16.9 or something.
Yeah.
Like, I think if he can lock into it for 48 minutes, I said it before the season, like, he should have been averaging 20.
Yeah.
Like,
easily.
He could. Like, if he just is focused for 48 minutes and he has that killer mentality, like, and intensity.
Sometimes he's just a little too sleepy.
Stay off the weed.
Let's talk about the next 4 games. So the next 4 games are on the road. We play against Sacramento tomorrow.
Queens.
We play Atlanta Monday. So those 2 are super winnable games. We should win. We play Miami Thursday, and we play San Antonio on Saturday. What do you think? Those 4 games. I mean, we cannot lose these first 2 games, Sacramento and Atlanta.
You know what I feel like is going to happen? We're going to lose the first 2 and we're going to win the last 2.
Yeah? Interesting.
It feels like that's what's been happening lately.
I can't see it. Atlanta's so bad. I can't see it. Like, Sacramento, maybe.
No, I'm just saying that. Like, dude, again, I agree with you. Actually, I think really they should even beat the Heat, too.
Yeah, they should.
Even the Spurs, like, the Spurs don't have, like, Kawhi. I mean, this is just me talking as an optimistic Laker fan, but I think we should easily be able to go 3-1 on the road trip. If we can get 4, that would be great, because we've had 4 3-game winning streaks this season. Like, we got to crack the 4 mark. We got to get to 5.
Yeah, and speaking of Kawhi, that's actually the next topic I want to talk about, because there's some very interesting things happening with Kawhi Leonard.
Hey, he's not coming back this season, right?
He
said
probably
that?
Not. Popovich said it's very unlikely. But I'm gonna fill you in on all these deals. I don't know if you know about it. It's really interesting. It is almost like Markelle Fultz-ish.
Oh, what are you talking about, man?
With what's happening with Kawhi. And this tentatively is involved with the Lakers potentially, because if we're kind of looking at free agency in 2019, and so this is what's happening with Kawhi. The Spurs doctors cannot find anything wrong with him. he has been cleared to play basketball since December by their doctors.
Are you serious?
They've done every single test, and they're just baffled. They're like, what is going on? Tony Parker had the same injury coming into the season, but it was worse than Kawhi's, and he healed quicker than Kawhi has. And there's been this whole, but the backdrop too is that even from the summer, there's been like a rift between Kawhi and the Spurs. Like apparently Kawhi has like this uncle that's like almost like
really
a LeVar Ball, but doesn't talk out publicly. He kind of like is coaching Kawhi through all of this. Like he's like he's who Kawhi leans on is his uncle, and his uncle is like kind of there's been issues with the relationship, and so like, and there's been so many reports of a strained relation. It's gotten to the point where the Spurs are like, all right, Kawhi, you don't have to use our doctors. Go find your own doctor, because Kawhi doesn't want to use the Spurs doctors anymore. Really? Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying, all right, I guess go rehab on your own and just tell us how it's going. That's what's happening right now. It's crazy. Are you serious? Yeah. And I'm about to speculate like crazy right now.
Bro, he don't want to play for him?
Yeah, no, this is my speculation. And I know this is wild, and I'm just guessing. It's not. Some part of me thinks he's completely healed and like just doesn't want to play. Like he just doesn't play with
for sure.
Yeah, like
dude, he came back, didn't he? He played back. A couple, like he played like how many games? 2 games?
He played 9 games.
He played 9 games. Yeah. Okay, I said 2. But like, dude, he played 9 games. Like, and the Spurs, these are NBA doctors, these are NBA professional doctors. If they're clearing him to play, like if they can't find anything wrong with him, then it's obviously he doesn't want to play.
Yeah. Yeah, like, but the thing is, what Kawhi is saying, is that he's feeling pain still. Like that's what he's saying.
He's got to say something.
Yeah,
to
he's
not
saying
play.
it hurts still. Like
I mean,
I'm
he's
sorry.
he's the opposite of LeVar Ball. He ain't gonna just like speak to his mind just out publicly like that. You know, I think he's got a little bit more dignity and stuff. But I mean, he's got to come up with some excuse to not to play. Like. He's not gonna want to be like. He's not gonna be like, oh, I demand a trade. You know, other teams are gonna frown upon that. You know, for sure.
But honestly, I'm telling you, I'm having this. There's another guess I'm gonna have. Like, it's not a strong guess, but I almost think the Spurs might be forced to trade him this summer.
Yeah.
Because they're paying him $18 million this season, and next
what are they
season,
paying him next season?
Like same thing, 18 or 20 million. And like, if Kawhi says. I mean, what if he's just like, I don't want to play. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I just can't. And their Spurs are already they're baffled. They have no clue what's going on. Like,
that's crazy.
There's not even a relationship between the two. They're saying like it's that bad.
Wow.
And anyways, this has me thinking.
Well, what do you think triggered that? Like, what do you think I mean, if let's just say Kawhi is fine.
Yeah.
Assuming Kawhi is fine, assuming Kawhi is choosing right now, I don't want to play, then what do you think like happened between him? Like, what could have possibly happened?
So the report was coming into the season, this is before the season even started, was that Kawhi was upset with 2 things: with the way I guess they were handling the injury, but I don't think that was a bigger thing. It was more so they were saying that Kawhi was upset that the Spurs haven't been able to bring in talent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's upset that they can't put a squad around him, and so he's obviously not impressed by the Pau Gasol. They gave Pau Gasol $18 million this year.
That's
at the beginning of this season.
And they have $18 million.
They gave Pau Gasol at the beginning of this season that just started.
Wow, like I love Pau Gasol. I mean, we wouldn't have one of those T-shirts without him. But dude, he's not worth $18 million right now. Yeah. He's not.
And you have Aldridge. Like Aldridge, he's not even making.
Oh, he was a no-show in the playoffs last year. Complete no-show. Yeah. Like, yeah, you can be fine and decent and normal in the regular season. He's still not as good as how he was in Portland.
Yeah.
But you're a complete no-show in the playoffs. Get out of here. Come on.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't care how efficient you are. I don't even care you're the last person on the All-Star team. Like, that's fine. But hey. You got to be able to make big shots. You got to come up big when it counts. And you can't do that, then I don't blame Kawhi.
Yeah, and we're not in the John Stockton age anymore. I mean, these people are thinking like businessmen now. Like, hey, like if Kawhi's like, if Kawhi's like, you know what? I can't beat the Warriors with this team. Like, why? Maybe he's like, why would I risk getting injured then?
Bro,
like,
Kawhi, dude, have you seen this guy's like the most like. After LeBron, I think he's like, dude, he's got like no homo, but physically he looks amazing. Like, I mean, LeBron has said he guards him the best. Like, they call him the Claw for no reason. Like,
he's the best defender in the league.
Yeah, he is. And I mean, he look conditioning wise, like his body looks great. Like I really highly doubt like he's sat out for this long being injured.
And what's also fishy that just hit me is that he was playing all through the playoffs, right? And then what got him out was an ankle injury,
right?
When he landed on the foot.
Injury?
It wasn't his. This is a
now?
thigh.
Really?
Yeah, it's his quadriceps.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not even the injury that got kept him out of the. I mean, it was his ankle, but
right.
Anyway, so let's get to how this relates to the Lakers. Now, okay, let's just quickly talk about my crazy theory that probably won't happen. But anyways. Look, I'm telling you, if it's that bad, the Spurs might be forced to trade him this summer. And if that is possible, hey, the Lakers, I don't know, you better do it.
We got to jump on it.
Now, I'm done with that one. Now let's talk about more realistically. Let's say he's still in the Spurs next year because he's under contract. I want to ask you this. Like, which one would you rather have? The Lakers this summer sign Paul George and LeBron or wait another year? And Kawhi's healthy in this hypothetical. You wait another year for the next summer to get Kawhi and LeBron, as opposed to Paul George and LeBron.
Damn, that is super tough. That is really tough.
What do you think?
I don't know. Like, it's kind of hard to say.
Not quite sure how to answer that.
And Kobe says it best. I mean, I want to win now, but
Paul George isn't a top. Kawhi's a top 5 player. Paul George is not top 10 even. Like
he isn't. But I mean, do you need that? Like, I mean, you have like LeBron, you have Lonzo, you have Ingram, you have Kuzma, who are all gonna get better. Like, you see Ingram's like, I think Ingram could be that second guy. It's possible.
Well, if we're gonna bring in 2 guys, he's not gonna be the second guy.
I mean,
he's too young. Even next season, only gonna be 21.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm saying if you bring Paul George and LeBron next season, Ingram's not gonna be the second guy. He's gonna be the third guy at the most.
That's true. I don't know. I really don't know. I wouldn't mind any, like, I can't say.
My opinion, I'm definitely going for Kawhi and LeBron. Like, that to me is like...
That's...
Because I'm sorry. I've seen Paul George play in the playoffs, and I have never been that impressed from what I've seen in the playoffs. And Paul George has never been considered even I mean, he's not considered a top 10 player. He's top 15, I would say.
Right.
But he's not really considered. Kawhi Leonard last year was the second best player, or the third or whatever. He might have been fourth. Okay, top
somewhere
4 players.
In the top 4
player
MVP
in
like
the NBA.
race.
Yeah, like some people had him the second best, third, fourth. I don't know. Like Curry, Durant, LeBron, Kawhi was top 4.
Let me tell you this: that series would have been a lot different if Kawhi didn't get injured, because the Spurs were up 20 in that game 1.
Yeah,
on the road. And if Kawhi didn't get injured, that would have been a different series. Zaza Pacheep shot? That's a good one.
That's Skip Bayless, dude.
That's funny, though.
Dude, but no, I mean, because this is my thought. I still don't think next year that our trio is ready. Like, I think Lonzo, Ingram, and Kuzma, I think they're still going to be too young. I mean, I think another year it would be... Then, because I feel even for LeBron, I'm trying to think like LeBron.
Do you think LeBron is gonna want to wait another year?
No,
or you think when he says you want me to come, you got to get someone now?
I could see LeBron signing another 1-year deal. I don't know why. I just
so 2 years total, a 1 and a 1,
like a 1 and 1 player option, meaning
right.
He only has to stay 1 more. Like,
right. Okay.
I don't know. Lately, that's been my new feeling for some reason. Kind of. With the trade, but I don't know, kind of honestly,
and then
just waiting it, because I think LeBron's like, because if he comes next year with Paul George, for some reason, even though I think they have a chance to win it, like I feel like it for some reason wouldn't happen. But if you waited
like
one
little
more,
short,
I think if you waited one more, because Lonzo, come on, if we put the numbers on the
give
table,
him another
Lonzo
year for those 4 to gel.
Yeah, like Lonzo has to get. I mean, because you can't say today based on this season that Lonzo's ready. Like this dude is
definitely not.
And his numbers, he's shooting 35% from the field this season. Like, so
I mean, he sat out a handful of games. He hasn't even played a full.
Yeah, I'm just saying, based on what even the injuries, like he's got injured in summer league, injured in preseason, injured in regular, and you know what I mean. So I could just see LeBron being like, I would love to come to the Lakers now, but maybe if I wait a year, I can actually win the ring, like now, like to do it then. And I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, we'll see what happens with Paul George, like. Damn, I just had a crazy thought. What if? That's pretty wild. But what if you get Paul George this summer? LeBron signs his 1-year deal, and then the next one you bring Kawhi and LeBron too with Paul
That'd be
George.
nuts. That'd be totally nuts. But you know what's funny though? Like when I think about it, it really comes down to. I mean, Curry's gonna be Curry. I mean, I just really think the most nightmare matchup in the West is anyone guarding Kevin Durant. Mm-hmm. And you come to the Western Conference Finals. Just say you are the Lakers. Who's gonna guard Kevin Durant?
LeBron doesn't want to guard him.
LeBron doesn't want to guard him. Like he didn't want to guard him last year.
No,
like
he wants to guard Draymond.
He wants to guard. Yeah, that's who he guards. So I think even with, let's say you have Paul George, I think Paul George has better length than Kawhi Leonard does. Now I'm not saying that. I think Kawhi Leonard is a better defender.
Dude, yeah.
He is definitely a better defender, but I'm just saying length-wise, just because of Durant's sheer height, I think when you have Ingram and Kuzma, the guys who have height, and you have Paul George with long arms, I think they have the best shot of like being somewhat of a hindrance to Durant.
So you think someone with long arms is better? Like you're valuing length over defense?
I mean, at the end of the day, like if you really think about it, like if LeBron wanted to play defense a few possessions, like Durant was shooting over him. Durant could really just shoot over him.
And every year that passes by, he doesn't have the energy for it. He can't
That's
guard
true,
Durant.
yeah.
Like,
his energy that he exerts on defense.
He needs to chill on Draymond. That's what he does and play help side. But I don't know. That's interesting what you say because
I mean,
I feel like
Durant could shoot over it. I mean, I think when I think about it as an offensive player, I think Durant is like happier guarding a shorter guy. Like
that Durant guarding a shorter guy.
I mean, a Kawhi guarding him. Like that's the way I see it. Like
interesting.
I just feel like he's more confident, like just shooting over the top of him, like just running down, just pulling up a three. Whether it's you got a guy with long arms like an Ingram, I think would be able to bother a shot more. You know, that's just the way I see it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, specifically for guarding the shot.
The shot.
But I mean, I don't know.
But that's like Durant's like primary weapon is that three in that mid range. Like, yeah, he can put on the floor, but
he can do anything. Really.
Yeah, he really can do anything. But his shot is just so dangerous. Like, he's the biggest nightmare matchup I see. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm just kind of like when I answer that question, I'm just kind of think like LeBron. I just feel like you could definitely look at this Lakers team and be like, they're still not ready. They need another. They're only 20, 21. Like,
look, it's gonna happen. Like, if LeBron, let's just say hypothetically, as you say, LeBron does come next year with whoever else, I think it's not gonna be their year. I think they're gonna come up a little bit short, but I think they need that 1 year under their belt to get that experience. Yeah. And it always happens with all the teams, with all the dynasties, with all the great teams. They've always had that 1 year of, loss, and they got to experience, taste that loss, and then that helps them grow into the following season.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see this Kawhi thing because, we predicted, I know I said on one of our original podcasts that I said Markelle Fultz was not coming back this season.
He's not coming back, right? The coach said, right?
Done.
Yeah,
he's done. Already over. Like,
he's done.
I mean,
you're right.
But he played like the first three. We predicted this in the first week, I think, the first 3 games that he played, and then I was like, I bet you he will not play this season. I just have this feeling. I'm telling you. No, I know we haven't talked about this before because it hasn't been relevant to the Lakers until now, but I've been thinking this for like a couple of months since I was reading about this Kawhi stuff that he wasn't coming back this season.
What are you talking about,
like,
man?
just based on what I read about the rift and like, it's crazy. It's crazy. They cannot find anything wrong with him. It's insane to me. It's stunning.
That is pretty nuts.
And I think that's the same thing with Markelle Fultz. Even like the Sixers doctors are like, we can't. I don't know what's.
I mean, they said it was his shoulder earlier, right? But now his shoulder's fine, but his shot looks weird.
He drained it on his own or something. He didn't go to the Sixers. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like this,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, or that's what. Yeah, anyways, yeah. So it'd be interesting. But man, I swear, if we get Kawhi, man, come on, like you talking about, dude. This is.
You got LeBron and Kawhi, dude. That's so beastly. That's just dangerous. Like,
it's just so. Yeah, it's crazy. All right.
And then it doesn't matter. You put some half decent guys. I mean, you got the other 3 around them. Like, dude, just have that. Imagine that. Like, okay, how about this? Would you take? Let's just say, I know it's kind of far fetched, but I've heard rumors for 2019 about Klay Thompson. What do you think about Klay? Would you take Klay over Paul George?
Yes.
Yeah. I would too.
Yeah. I'm a huge Klay Thompson fan. I love Klay Thompson.
Yeah, me too. I mean, he can play defense. He can play D, and dude, his shot is
just the shot. That shot is
just. I almost think it's better than Curry's. Like the set shot that he has, like is just so dangerous. Like I mean, we seen what he does, like 60 points in whatever quarters, and like.
The reason I pick Klay really, I mean, because it's always it's always going to depend on how your team's looking and what players you have. And if we're talking about a team with Lonzo and LeBron on it, then I want the best shooter in the world because that dude's just going to be catching dimes and wide open hitting threes like with those two. Like it's not even going to be funny. Like he doesn't have to
like he's in heaven.
Score 70, like whatever. That
Bro,
game
he's gonna crack Kobe's 80. And he's gonna go for it. Yeah, I mean, crazy. If you have like Lonzo and LeBron that he's playing with, like.
Yeah. No, God, I love, man. God. Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's talk. Last thing, something interesting not about the Lakers, but about the NBA. I wanted to ask you your thoughts on this. So the NBA is considering like a play-in tournament to determine the 7th and 8th seeds in each conference. So the way kind
of like the baseball wild card, right?
I don't know anything about baseball, so
yeah, it's just and I don't know much about it, but I think it's like the two bottom teams they compete for that last playoff spot, right?
So the way it would work is you'd have the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th seed in like a little tournament. The 7th seed would play the 8th seed, and the winner of that game would get the 7th spot in the playoffs. And then the 9th seed will play the 10th seed, and the winner of that game will play the loser of the 7-8 matchup for the 8th seed. Did that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey,
what do you think of that? I don't know.
I really think it would be really some exciting ball.
It would be, for sure.
I think it would be some really exciting ball, and I think the NBA wants it. Like, it's going to create viewers, and hey, regardless of if you're a fan or not, like of the teams, you're going to want to watch some competitive basketball because you know those there's going to be some good ball. And I think it's good for the NBA. It's a smart move by them. It's definitely going to create revenue for them. So,
what do you think of those people that will say, now you're messing with tradition? Like, why not just reward the top 18? Now, why aren't we rewarding the best teams? Like, these are the top 8. Now why are you kicking out the 7th for the 10th? Like, what?
Hey, man, it's always changed. Everything has changed. Like, I mean, playoff seedings have changed. Like, we had that for a few seasons. You have to pick at least one or two teams out of each, the three divisions, three divisions in each conference. And then we had like, from the first round going from 5 games to 7 games. So they've always had little changes and stuff like that, but I think it would be a good change. Like I personally.
Now I'm halfway on the other fence, on the other side of this, but with the caveat. So in this situation, I kind of like the idea of just keeping to tradition for some reason. Like, I think it's cool to reward the best 8 teams. I don't feel that way about the whole reseeding 1 through 16 in the NBA. I think that should happen. I'm down to change tradition for that. But
yeah, I'm down for that.
In this one that we're talking about, the 7 through 10 thing, I will be okay with it if it shortens the regular season. Like, I don't know why. I mean, because I just feel like there's too many regular season games, and as much as I love basketball,
the last 15 games they're not going to make a difference.
Yeah, like I think so. If they kind of cut back to 82 to make room, let's say they cut it to 70, and then like use that 12 games to do this tournament kind of thing. Like,
that makes sense.
I think that would be cool because, and the other reason I feel like the season needs to be shortened, and Bill Simmons always talks about this. That he's a big advocate of this idea too. There's too many injuries. I mean, if Boogie go down this year, Kristaps Porzingis go down,
dude, John Wall's out.
John Wall,
dude,
Kevin Love, dude, Jimmy Butler just got hurt
all of
today.
LeBron's team was out, dude. His whole like original starting 5 was like out.
Yeah, and it's like it's starting to become. I mean, it's gonna take a long time. I feel like. I mean, the owners aren't gonna you're giving up money if you're shortening the season,
right.
No owner is gonna be a fan of that or vote for that. But I mean, it is starting to become a little clear. The science is showing, like, if you want to preserve these players and stuff, I mean, 82 is a lot. Like,
it's a lot of games. It's a lot of wear and tear.
I don't know. I'd be down for it. I would just hope it happens and they kind of cut the regular season to make room for this. But I mean, in this case, for example, if this were to happen today, this year, then the Lakers. I mean, are they in 10th? What are they in 11th?
I think 11th.
Okay, so. I mean, but they'd be close to. They'd be incentivized to try to make that 10th spot, which should be interesting. No, it would definitely. It's any. I love playoff basketball. Like regular.
Who doesn't?
For some reason, every year I get older, the less and less I like the regular season. Like I get so like right now I'm already like. You just know what's gonna. It's just you know what's gonna happen
before the seaon starts. You thinking playoffs.
It's like, but especially when you already know what's gonna happen. Basically,
right?
Like, it's like, all right, we really have to. But I also the other thing is I hate when basketball season's not on. So it's like
right.
It's like this catch-22.
You can't watch anything now on TV.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see. So let's see. Do the Lakers have a chance? We'll just end on this. Do the Lakers have a chance to make the playoffs this year? Like. We are, dude. We're 8 games back of the 8th seed right now.
8 games.
8 games. That's last time we talked. I think
we were
6, 6.5.
Right.
I don't know. I'm looking. Unless this isn't. I'm looking right now. It says, yeah. I mean, the Clippers won again today.
The Clippers are winning.
The Jazz are 9-1 in their last 10 games.
Donovan Mitchell's doing something special over there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, I said and I thought that this trade getting Isaiah Thomas is punting the season anyways. Like, I just
those last 3 losses that hurt us for sure.
Can't lose to Dallas.
Yeah, that hurts.
Anyways, so that's. I think we're good. I think about wrap up this podcast. Thank you so much for listening, Laker fans. Follow us on Instagram at GTLA Lakers 818. And subscribe to the podcast. Leave us a review. If you have a question, leave us a review.
See you, Laker fans.
Yeah, and shout out to the artist that made this beat. The artist name is Fleslet. Take care.